All right, all right, all right. About to crank this puppy up. There we go. Look, one kick. That's what I like to see. Everything's good. Fuel valve's on. I want to... Pockets are zipped up. Good, good. Did I do the straps? I always forget stuff, see? I forgot to do my chin strap. Do it real quick. It's a pain in the ass to do with gloves, but we can make it happen. There it is. See? And then I forgot to put it in gear. I'm just messing up all sorts of stuff today. There we go. So things have been pretty good lately. Always feel blessed, you know what I mean? I'm going to some sort of park or something, I don't know. It's telling me to go a weird direction, I don't know. Well, we'll just follow what it says. Yeah, I'm going to some sort of park. I don't know. I just basically punched in, you know, fun places to ride by Orlando, and then whatever place this is popped up, so that's where we're going. But life is just same old, same old. You guys saw I put the new battery on. So you guys saw I put the new battery on, and I'd like to go get new batteries tested before I throw them on, you know what I'm saying? So what I've learned is, so I took the battery up to Advanced Auto Parts. Now they have the ability to test power sports batteries, but it's like whenever I bring a power sports battery to them, the workers are used to seeing regular batteries, you know, car batteries. Oh, I like this curve here. So they always like look at the battery like confused, right? So I'm there, they test it, and they say, "Oh, the battery's bad, man," according to our machine. That don't sound right to me. So I did some testing. Took the battery home. Resting voltage was, after letting it sit for a while, was like 13.11 volts, which is pretty good. I put it on the bike, and I turned the ignition switch, so the headlight was putting the load on it. It dropped to 12.5 volts, which that makes sense to me for a non-running bike, and I got just the headlight on that tiny little battery. And then I honked the horn, which is like 20 amps. That dropped it to 12. And then I let off the horn, and it went back up to 15 or 12.5 very quickly. So by my measurements, I'm like, everything seems fine here. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it to cycle gear, because power sports batteries are all they see. So they probably know how to actually operate their machine. So I take it to cycle gear. Dude hooks it up to his machine. He goes, "Yep, your battery's good. As a matter of fact, it's actually performing better than it's rated for. It says it's at 113% health." So the lesson here is to, I hate this person just riding my ass like this. The lesson here is to just take it to a actual motorcycle place if you got to test a motorcycle battery, because whenever I try to get it tested at Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone, I could tell they're completely confused. They don't know what's going on. Understandably, because they do car parts. I'm finally going to be rebuilding the starter here soon. I like kick-starting it. It's fun kick-starting it. It's a lot better than pushing the start button. when I'm at a traffic light and it stalls, you know what I'm saying? Then I gotta try to shift it down back to neutral. I gotta put the kickstand down. I gotta pull the kickstart lever out. And it always just seems to happen that it's right when the light turns green. So now I'm sitting there, I'm trying to get all this stuff situated where if I had the starter fixed, then I could just push the button, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull in here. I want this person to go by. They're just riding my ass. Well, they weren't going the same way anyway, but no reason to road rage. Oh yeah, so you know, I've mentioned I've been downsizing and stuff. I put up an old leather jacket that I had, right? Real nice Joe Rocket leather Honda jacket. I put it up and I sold it for a very fair price, right? Now I'm very, very detailed in my descriptions of stuff. So I said this is a genuine gray Honda Joe Rocket jacket, size 42. It measures, yeah, I took the measurements. There were photos of the measurements. So put the measurements there. And then I put, note that the inside of the arms from the shoulder to the end of the cuffs are sticky and dirty. And the reason for that is because there was armor in the elbows that had like disintegrated. And I put that in there. I said the old armor had disintegrated. I removed it the best that I could, but you're gonna see that it's sticky. So anyway, I put in the description, very detailed, it is sticky and it's dirty inside where the arms are, from the shoulder to the end of the, you know, the cuff. So I sold it to this guy. And I get a notification, said, you know, so-and-so left you a 1-star review. And I said, why'd they leave me a 1-star review? So I pull up the feedback, and it says, jacket was sticky and dirty inside. And I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? You know, give me a 1-star over. I know what happened. They just didn't read the description at all, because that's what happens a lot of times. People just don't read shit. They just, you know, they see the photo and they go, oh, I want that, and they buy it without checking anything else. But luckily, the way it's Poshmark that I sold it on, luckily the way it is that once they accept an order, they can't open a complaint to refund it. The 1-star review doesn't show up anywhere on your profile. But that's what I mean when I say it's just selling stuff is a pain in the ass. All right, so here we are. Bike's running good. It's looking good. So I'm at this place, Green Mountain Scenic Overlook and Trailhead. So we're gonna go here and see if anything cool is going on. There's this here existing. So apparently there's a tower somewhere here. Is there a... Well, I'm guessing we're here. So just gotta walk down there. That's what I'm gonna look for, is number 6. Let's see if I find a tower. That's okay though. So this is the little overlook. Looks like this place is designed, you could maybe get a 4-wheeler in here. living life dangerously. Well, this is neat. I'm gonna kind of just walk around and I'll resume filming if I find anything particularly cool. So just been continuing down the trail here. This is nice. It's not busy and all that. It's like when I went to that Blue Springs place, it was just so incredibly busy. There was a video I saw, and I think it might have been there. They had so many like canoes and stuff, and someone had this massive motorized canoe, and all of them are stuck because there's so many of them. No one could move anywhere. They couldn't get through. That ain't fun, you know what I'm saying? We got some birds here. Our region is beloved by birders for a good reason. The Lake Apopka North Shore has become a favorite destination for ornithologists and birdwatchers alike, with more than 370 species of birds documented. Species shown here were all photographed around the lake. We got a bunch of different birds here. Yep. Moving on. Hopefully I can find my way back. I'm at mile marker 17. I didn't realize how long this place is, so it is a pretty big, massive loop. So I'm probably I'll go a little further and then turn around because I ain't walking 17 miles in this gear. Some sort of little off path here. I wonder what this is. Like, what's the point of this? All right, yeah, I'm not gonna, I ain't walking 17 miles. That ain't gonna happen, so. But I'm glad I walked out this far. You know, a little exercise and just kind of clearing my head a bit. So if I see anything else cool on the way back though, I'll throw it in. All right, we gotta get moving. I'm overheating. So I'll crank the visor open and I'll put the sunshade down. That's better. Yeah, a little too hot in this gear. Yeah, it says feels like 106 is what what my weather app was telling me. So keep the visor open. I see some fun stuff over there, so we'll see what's going on. And we got a circle up here. I think I might have to circle it a bit. We got another rider here. I think that's a Harley. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let them go. Because I want to circle here. I want to like do a bunch of circles. Look at that. I'm tilted. I'm leaned. I just got to have some fun. You know what I'm saying? All right, there's a car coming. So this is the last one. All right. That was fun. I was testing the handling. That's all. I'm riding with the visor open and the sunshade down. It's way too hot. Even with all this nice gear on, it's I got a real nice airflow going on. Yeah, I've actually, yeah, I mentioned I've been getting rid of some of the gear. I think what I want to do is get rid of most of what I have and then buy like 1 or 2 really, really good sets. So basically what I found is a lot of motorcycle gear sold here in the US actually would not be, you couldn't legally sell it over in Europe as motorcycle gear because they have actual standards. Put this visor down now. So motorcycle gear actually has to be tested over there. Whereas here in the USA, you could take a pair of boxers and advertise it as motorcycle gear because there's no regulation. So like this stuff I've got on, this mesh gear, it's it's got slots for armor and it's got nice airflow, but just doing a research, this stuff probably ain't going to protect me too well in a fall. So that's just the kind of stuff I've been looking at. You got to get something that's actually like the entire garment itself is CE rated. Because a lot of times what places do is they advertise, oh yeah, it's got, it's rated CEAA armor, but that's only the armor. They got stuff, they got riding jeans that have like an entire Kevlar lining from top to bottom in them, and that actually will provide you a lot of good protection. That's the kind of stuff you got to get. You know, some of my friends, well, one of them, I'm throwing your name out, Victoria. She made a comment. She's like, you know, whenever you send me photos or videos of you on your motorcycle, it's literally the happiest I ever see you. You always look so incredibly, I was watching that guy there, you always look so incredibly happy. And it's true. This is just, I like sitting at home and playing video games. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, I'm still pretty young, so that's kind of my thing. But man, it's just when you're cramped up for too long, it ain't fun. I'll probably cut the feed here soon because it's a pain in the ass. When I film for like 2 hours, then it's a pain in the ass to go through all of it. Christmas trees. Oh, okay, they open in November, so they like actually grow them there. That's cool. Looks like we're coming up to a major junction here, so I'll probably cut the feed here soon. This has been a real great ride. I'm glad that I went out, you know, a little bit, walked a little bit on a trail. Not super far because it's too hot. Yeah, I'll cut it here at this Dollar General. So anyway, thanks for watching. I had a good time. I'm happy. Things are going good. And just like always, you know, things could be better, but they can always be better. But they can always be a hell of a lot worse, and I'm glad that's not where I am. I'll pull it here, try to get in the shade the best I can. All right.